Hello and welcome to this very different Bacon Battalion recording. There is a lot happening in our little universe over the next 3 weeks, and we've done the maths and there's just no ways we're going to get out enough episodes to cover us at least until the 1st of October, somewhere around there, so brace yourselves. But we've decided that we can't leave you in the dark. We like to give you something to watch at, laugh at, point at, and share with your friends. And so what we've decided to do today is to just share our experiences as the people behind the fantastic characters that you all seem to love so much. So, as you know, sitting around the table, I've got Cius and Sin, and I've got Carla and Sean, and of course myself, Guy. I've written some questions, but this is totally unscripted. This is Bacon in the flesh.
That sounds disgusting.
You see what I deal with
Guy,
every day?
Guy isn't actually our GM in real life. He doesn't phone us up in the morning and go, "Are you awake? Please
Make a roll.
Make a perception roll to turn off your alarm before it runs under the bed." No.
No, he only calls us when we say we're running late and we can't get out of bed.
Yes.
To
Yes.
be fair, I'm usually the one that's like, what time are we starting? Can we start like half an hour after that? Whatever time it is, just half an hour after that. Because I'm like, I need sleep.
Indeed. So we all thoroughly enjoy making these episodes for you guys, and we love your comments. But
Yes, for real.
if we delve into the individuals, let's start with perhaps the least known of the individuals here, which would be the one that the camera often forgets to record. Cius. If we ask you a question, who are you in a nutshell? Let's pretend it's a dating website and it's who are
You guys, you can only swipe. You can only swipe right. Swipe right.
So you can't swipe because there's no one on the picture.
Oh, because there's no one. He's those
because
dudes
no
on the.
one would notice him.
You're the dude on Tinder who's like in the group of photos, and then you're like, "Which one are you?"
I can't help you with any of that. I think in a nutshell, I'm a guy that's interested in stuff. I'm just interested in everything. I had a long conversation with someone from the Civil Aviation Authority over the weekend about investigating plane crashes and how crazy Russians are. And on the way back, had a long conversation with an architect about stuff. So yeah, really what it boils down to is I have trouble dedicating myself to one hobby at a time. So I sort of switch them out every 6 months or so.
You're an unfaithful hobbyist.
I am an unfaithful hobbyist because too much stuff is interesting.
Okay.
You're a hobby whore.
A hobby whore.
It's just,
Hobby hole.
it's too
Wow.
interesting.
I feel
I
like
actually
that's
think
the new
most
term.
of us here are hobby whores.
Hashtag hobby whore. There you go. You're welcome, guys.
A little
There you
bit.
go. I think we
suspect.
all pretty much do.
As long as nobody
Yeah.
has to drop any goblins at the pool.
Moving swiftly along. Swiftly.
Guys, we
Swiftly
thought
along.
this would be like a civilized.
I love coining phrases.
What do you do outside of role-playing? What's your day job?
I, as you can tell by the beard, am a software developer.
Professional dwarf and smithy.
Of computer.
In my spare
computer.
time, kind of.
Talk to us about that. What is that?
So I recently went through a little bit of a rough patch at work, and sort of started up a side business where I make stuff out of copper plumbing bits and things that I solder together and do electrical stuff with because that's also interesting. And make sort of lamps and things. And
Except he
bits for
doesn't
my own
make
house.
chandeliers, which his GM has
No.
asked for. But that's
No, I
fine.
don't.
You know, we understand.
I don't.
It will happen. His manager's on it. So there's a list of people that have asked for things.
His manager is on it. I like that. And speaking about his manager, I mean, you two are a couple in real life and not in the role-playing world. Sin, you've got a whole very, very well-known business. What do you do?
I run Sinbin, which is a accessories and costuming sort of company. along with a bunch of other stuff. Like it just keeps growing, the different things that we end up doing.
All of us have a list with her as well and things that
We're getting into it, guys. I'm getting to it.
Where's your manager? We'd like to speak to your manager.
I don't have one. I really suck at time management. True story.
Okay, and how did you get into role playing?
I actually did it a few years ago. Someone else that I was not serious dating took me to a role playing thing. Didn't enjoy it. I liked the concept, but I didn't like it, and I think it was just not the right players. And then it took a lot of convincing from CS to join this one, and I'm glad he did.
We
Us
are all
too.
glad that you did.
Yeah.
Indeed. And Carla, what do you like about role playing, particularly if we just change gears?
I just like the fun that you can have that's very unsuspected. And because I mean it's so cool to have these giant stories that you come back and you're like, and then I just keep rolling threes, like why is this my life? And
The constant fondler.
yeah, the constant fondler.
So unexpected rather than unsuspected.
What did I say?
That's not important right now.
Judge me. But also like it's really fun to get to hang with your friends and not do something that's like involving, you know, like drinking, or not that you don't, I mean, but like that's
She's not judging anybody.
no, but what I mean is like it's cool to be combined in an activity with your mates that you're not watching a movie and you're not like talking, that you're actually spending time together, but also don't have to be like, you know, spending time together. I don't know, I can't explain it. This sounds really retarded now.
Would you like to sing a song?
Perhaps.
Perhaps a
Because
song might
everything
help.
is awesome.
Yeah, I was
Everything is
thinking-
cool when you
No,
are
no,
PG.
I was thinking more never-ending story. No.
she's no Scanlon and Shorthold. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
That dude's awesome.
he is, but I feel like we could have a bard off. Hashtag bard off.
There you go. No,
Yes.
I know which corner I'd be in. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we all know which corner Killian is always in.
We
It's not
all
ours.
know which corner you'll be sleeping in after that as well.
That's fine. There's
That's
gonna
right.
be some drow love.
Drolo.
Drow love. In some countries they pronounce it dro, okay?
That is true. I have actually heard that they pronounce it Joe. Since his
Really?
name is Paladin or Paladin.
So
I'm
is
not,
it Roku?
in my country they call it Paladin, okay?
Are you the country of Sean?
Yes.
Is it also Rogu? I'm a Rogu.
No. That's the same place as those douchebags that are called. I'm going to go. That's Rouge. No, it doesn't mean the same. Doesn't mean the same thing.
Well, after that interesting exploration of vocabulary and pronunciation, Sean, you are probably, arguably, the most internationally prolific individual of us.
Not really.
Super famous, yes. Yeah.
You can
What
make
do
it.
you do as a day job?
I'm a drawerist.
Day / early evening / early morning / all night sometimes job.
I'm a drawerist. I draw comic books.
Yes, but not just comic books. I mean, I drew comic books too, but
Well,
Other people actually see yours?
yes,
And they
or
pay
to
for it.
see
they,
them.
yeah.
People actually pay to see your work.
Yeah, there should be links here for it. It's
I will put all the links in the...
put all the links right here.
Yeah.
There's one here for Stray,
Oh gosh,
and then
don't-
Pathfinder, and then like Marvel Comics over here,
Okay,
and
I will
Mutants and
put-
Masterminds artwork over
Yeah,
here.
let's just drop a
there's,
couple
and there's
names.
one, and just like put it over his face.
No,
because-
everything around my face.
Okay, there will
Not
be
the
links.
moneymaker. Oh wait, this is the moneymaker. Yeah.
Yeah. Are your hands insured?
No.
They're not insured.
No.
Is that a thing?
What is it?
Yeah, it's a thing.
When I was a 3D animator many years ago, and I had to have an operation on my hands because I'm double jointed, so I can bend the tips of my fingers.
Oh, creepy.
Very much so. But there was a problem, and I had to have operation on my hands because my hands are used on a keyboard as a script writer or as an animator. I had to take out insurance on my hands because if they stopped working, I effectively lost my income.
Yeah, and I need to actually take my insurance on mine, but I just haven't been able to.
Anyway, all right. So you're very modest. Do you consider yourself an artist, or are you a author as well?
Yeah, like the thing is with my whole goal with comics is not to just draw them. I like that idea. I like the appeal is being able to have all these stories in my head that I can share with everybody. So like the job is twofold. There's the creator owned side, which is mostly straight at the moment, but I'm working on some other creator owned books where I get to co-write it, with my partner on the book, and so there's like those stories. We've got like a lot of stories that I have to tell, but then of course there's also the more freelance aspect where it's like you get a script, like Marvel or whatever. I'll get the script from the writer and the editor that the editor approved, and I pretty much have to draw what's there. I don't really have any input except how to interpret what's written there. So it's a bit of both. Like I get to draw characters I grew up with, which is amazing. And the cool thing is I feel really lucky because all the writers I've gotten to work with have written really awesome stuff. So I've never been like bored by anything that I've had to draw. So that makes it a lot of fun for me because I'm like, well, I'll just read the script that I had no input in, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing! I can't wait to draw this stuff. Then on the other hand, there's also the ones where I'm like, oh wow, this is cool. Like I would love to draw this. How can I work this into a story? And then I'll write the story about it. There's a graphic novel that I'm busy writing that's taken me years to write of my own. Is
that just because you're very slow at writing? Or?
Yeah, it's because I'm very slow at writing.
All right. Are you the vulture circle and drop onto keyboard?
No. It's more like that. Okay, when I need to sit down and write. Let me go make some coffee. Come back and like while I'm thinking about how to start, I finish that cup. I'm like, oh, should I need another cup? Go get another cup of coffee.
And that comes back to time management, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let me quickly check Instagram.
Yeah, like wait, I've got a tweet.
Someone has like tweeted something relevant to the story that I'm about to write.
Yeah, and then
every single time.
The 5 hours that I've set aside to write something have been condensed to like a sentence that I've managed to put down.
Good job.
But the way I write specifically is I usually think of a scene that I want to write, or like an image. I'll be like, this would look epic. How do I make this happen? Then I basically backtrack the story. Like, how did these two characters get to this point? Okay, this one. This one.
Creation paralysis.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And that's how I wrote the story. So that's my writing thing. So like, one of the characters that's going to show up in Australia that I'm really proud of, I can't wait to like introduce and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I've got to do a short story with her. What am I going to do? Oh wait, it's going to be a car chase. How do we get there? Okay, and then I backtrack, and that's usually how I do because you work visually, so that's
your approach
process. Yeah.
Now, Cindy, if we go to the character that you play, you've got two characters now that our audience will be aware of. One is Katarina, the lightning flicking pineapple allergic electrician from Russia, and the other one, of course, is Kalasa, the half-orc. Listening to what Sean is talking about in terms of coming up with a story or with a background, when you're role-playing and you're in a scene, are you trying to work out how to react to the scene? Are you just going with the scene? What is your creative process behind role-playing?
I discovered that it seems to be different from each character that I play. With Kalasa, I kind of know what she is and what I want her to be, and I just go with what's happening, because I think she's sort of very much a in the now moment, and wants to make a name for herself as a hero, librarian, and prove to everyone.
Also kind of a bit more of a reflection of you in how she approaches things.
These are spoilers.
Maybe.
No, well, I mean, that's what I found with role playing, because I've role played for many years and stuff. And every even with my regular group,
Drops names,
There's a lot
brags
of-
about how long he's been role playing.
there's a lot of there's a lot there's a lot of stuff in role playing that I didn't get to do, unfortunately, which I discussed with Guy, which is where like I didn't get to play any of that because I had like one long-term campaign for like 12 years. I never got to play all the really major modules and adventures and games that normal role players got to play. But anyway, that's another point. The thing is, a lot of people put aspects of themselves into their characters.
Oh, that's totally true.
That's one of the things. So, with the groups that I've had, or even like a regular group that has played multiple games together, you'll see people will play characters that are very similar, that'll have similar traits. So, like one player I know, he will, no matter what character he plays, he will always up his charisma as high as possible, and he will always want to woo the first NPC he comes across. Which
But now in real life, is he charismatic and does he always woo?
no, he's a nice guy, but like he hasn't,
He's a frog.
He's not really great with women.
Ah,
So obviously
So
that's kind of
the fantasy
a little bit
extension.
of like wish fulfillment, which is obviously what part of the game. But because I'm a terrible person, I'm
He
like
really is.
I'm like
This is
He
a
is,
terrible story.
when he's a
So-
GM,
What he
this
is doing
the
to
worst
this guy
story.
is
So-
not right.
no, but now take note. This isn't the only person I'm doing it to, right?
Oh, there's a whole
Oh, that makes it
bunch
better.
of
better.
He's being mean to a whole bunch of people
No,
at the same
I'm
time.
an-
That
I'm an-
totally makes it better.
I'm an equal opportunity
discriminator.
Asshole.
discriminator.
I like asshole.
So-
Assholes.
So like I know that type of character he's playing. So the campaign that I'm running, I'm like I knew he would play that type of character, but he did surprise me a little bit in the fact that he decided to play a female character.
This
so I was
is-
like, oh, maybe he's not going to play that type of character, but I'm still going to keep the story the way it was. And then he actually played the same character. The first NPC that comes along, he was like, because he does this thing where he's like, I'll buy them gifts. First thing, buy or make them gifts.
This is where you find out that actually Killian is being really nice to the rest of the party by only shooting us in the chest now and
At
then.
least he shot us to our face.
Face.
Yeah,
what does
you're like,
what-
even if he shoots you in the back, he is shooting you in the back.
So what this player doesn't know about his character is like, so now he's met this NPC and he's made them this gift to show like how much he likes them and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now what he doesn't know is in he's worked out a nice character backstory, but as part of his backstory, I've created this villain that's chasing him down. But the villain is a very vengeful dick. And what he doesn't know is that
AKA Sean is a vengeful
and what he doesn't know is that this villain, anybody that he comes across or in contact with or tries to create any type of bond with, this villain is going to kill.
Like I said, Killian is being really
But now
nice to the rest
the
of
campaign
party.
hasn't gotten to the point where this has been revealed yet. So basically what happens is at some point he's going to walk into a room and all the gifts that he's been giving to NPCs that he likes are going to be like stacked on a table. And he's going to realize that it's going to be a death warrant for anybody that he comes across. And I want to see how his character will role play that. And if he can role play it differently and not be the same character he always has been.
I do think it's a particularly nice evil that you've created, and I think as GMs we naturally have to channel that.
Yeah, but here's another one. I'll give you another one. Sorry, I'm hogging it a bit here, but just to
Rather
show you
than
that I'm not,
anyway.
just to show you that I'm not picking on just the one guy.
Because that makes it all
So-
better. It's
so-
fine if the GM is an ass to everyone in the campaign.
So
It's
there's
fine.
another character who the character that he's playing that's like a type of a sorcerer. We're playing Pathfinder, so it's a Blood Rager, which is a barbarian sorcerer mix, and his backstory is that he has siblings that are they're all kind of vying to see who can make dad happiest, and their father is actually a demon, and it's pretty much a Highlander situation where all the siblings are trying to find each other and kill each other, and when they eat the other sibling's heart, they gain power. So it's like, okay, cool. So he's going around like trying to slaughter all of his siblings and all that stuff. So almost everyone that he's come across has been evil so far. But down the line, one of his siblings is going to say, listen, we can strike an accord so we can be the last two standing, and I can point you to where the others are. And he's going to get pointed to where one of his siblings is. and when he gets there, it's going to be a baby. And so now he must try and it's going to be whether like, is the evil inherent, or is there a chance he can turn this baby into something good and keep it alive?
Yeah, but
Or will he just eat the
Or will he
baby?
just eat it?
Because-
In which case, at some point, I'm going to take control of his character. It's going to be deep shit. Because his father basically is trying to possess one of them.
When we return, we'll continue this fascinating discussion into cannibalism and Sean's dark mind, and maybe we'll find out what the rest of the party thinks. We'll see you next week.
thanks for watching.